Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome back to Inventory Management Portal. This is Ali Raza and today I am going to continue the purchase invoice. We have done two parts already. In the first part we have created the database related stuff, and in the second part we have started our PHP page, that is the design of our purchase invoice page. Okay, so let's today wind it out and finish it out hopefully. So let's start and have a look what we have today. Alright guys, so in the previous lecture we have done till this point. So we have loaded the suppliers from the database, then we have loaded the categories and the colors, but the problem is I have the sizes too. So the sizes belongs to the category. Let's say if we have shirt, then shirt have collar sizes or medium, large, small sizes. T-shirt should be the same as well, and the trousers, but the trousers does not have the collar size. Okay, it has the height or the length or the waist, anything like that. So we have to display the sizes with respect to the category that we are selecting. For that purpose, let's head towards our database and select our sizes table. But you see here inside the size table I don't have any sort of relationship with the categories. Okay, so let's map the cardinality. One category can have many sizes. Okay, so many is the case that is coming in the size table. So we have to add an extra column inside the size table that will be the category ID. Okay, so let's try to add the category ID inside the size tables. So alter table, and the name of the table is sizes. Add column name is SI underscore category ID. That would become integer, not null. So that's one case. Okay, and furthermore we can also, okay, first let's execute this query. So you see commands completed successfully. Now let's go back and try to make it a foreign key. The reason I'm doing it separately because you can understand better. So alter table, and the name of the table is sizes. Add foreign key. Okay, now I'm adding a constraint, and then the column name, that is SI underscore category ID, put it inside round brackets, that's the syntax, and then references. So from which table I'm going to connect this, that is the categories table, and with which column I'm going to connect this column, that is SI underscore category ID from category underscore ID. I hope it is clear. Now when somebody tries to delete category, on delete, so it should cascade, and on update it should cascade. Let me move it. Yes, so that's fine. So cascade means when somebody removes the parent, that is the category, if I delete shirt, then all the sizes of the shirts will be removed. That's what the case here. Okay, so let's execute. Okay, it shows me an error, incorrect syntax. Let us check what's the problem. Alright, so the problem is with the column name, that is cat underscore ID. If you see here, that is cat underscore ID, I have given the wrong name. Let's now check. So you see commands completed successfully. Now if I go to my size tables, so go to the structure. Now you see the size name is unique and there is a category ID as well. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to go to our stored procedures and we have to select the sizes with respect to the category. So get sizes, let me show you that. So you see I have already done this for you. You see here I have created a stored procedure with the name get sizes. In the previous lecture I have done that, but I have modified it a little bit. I have applied an inner join here with the categories table and with the common columns that we have inside the category ID and inside the size category ID. Okay, so these are the two columns that are common in the two tables, and then where category ID equals to this, that's my input parameter. So what category ID I will pass to it, only those sizes will pick up and display to the user. I hope it is clear to everyone, guys. So if you haven't created this procedure st underscore get sizes, or you have this procedure already, then you have to update this procedure with respect to this, because this time now we have created a relationship between the categories table and the size table. I hope it is clear to everyone. Okay, so please do update this st underscore get sizes stored procedure. This is one input parameter. If you do not understand, please do ask me in the comments, no problem. Now let's continue, because we have this and we have two things here, the ID, and one thing that I have to update here is the name, that should be the size. Okay, now that's better, because we are getting the size ID and we are getting the size name, large, medium, small, whatever. Now let's click on the go button. Okay, so it has been modified. Now let's go back to our purchase invoice form. So now I wanted to load the sizes when I select the category. Okay, so where I have to do this, after categories, the next div should be of sizes. So let's copy this and paste it below. So here write the label as size, but this time I'm not going to include this, because I want something that should be loaded without the page reload. What does this mean? That when I select shirt, automatically the request is sent to the database and the desired shirt sizes should come, but without page reload. And the default behavior of the HTTP protocol is that whenever we do something, the page simply reloads. In this case, we need a new technology that is known as Ajax, asynchronous JavaScript and XML. So with the help of Ajax, what we can do, we can simply utilize or send the request at the backend and receive the response in the backend without the page reload. So how can we do that? Let us see. So first of all, the size and then the drop down. So for drop down, we have a select and select close. Let us give its name to its its class to form dash control and form dash control dash sm, and then that's it. So that's a blank drop down that I have created. Now the next thing is, I wanted to create a page where I can get all the sizes with respect to the categories. Okay, so let's create a new page, PHP HTML5 create. Okay, here I am removing everything and just writing PHP and save this. Get sizes is the name of my page. Here I am calling the connection, so include connection dot php, save. So connection is there now, and then write a variable $query equals to, the procedure name was call st underscore get sizes. Let us verify that, st underscore get size. So where is that? We have the get size in the last, yes, get sizes. So you see get sizes, then round brackets, but here I need the ID. So how I can get the ID? I can pass it with the help of the get method, and I can also pass it with the help of the post method. So it's up to you what you are using. So you can check if $_request and here you can pass the ID. Okay, so if there is ID inside the request, one thing that I have missed is set. If the ID is there, then come inside. What is this request? $_request means that if I have inside my request this ID attribute, this ID property, or this ID you can say key, then come inside and do this. And what you can do, you can simply create here $ID is equals to, and the same code, copy and paste. So if the request contains ID, I'll let you know where this ID is coming from. So I have get the ID and then pass the ID to a variable, and now this variable is utilized here, will be utilized here now. Okay, now what I can do, I can simply write here if, sorry, because we have to load the record, so let's write here a variable result and mysqli underscore num, sorry, underscore query, and here we have to pass dollar connection and dollar result, sorry, dollar query. After the query successfully executes, we have to write here mysqli underscore num underscore rows, and here I have to pass the dollar result. Okay, and then if there are records available inside the query, that if the sizes are available then come inside, but if the sizes are not available then come also inside, and create an echo and pass it here option and option close, and the value of this option, I'll let you know why I am doing this, because I have the select there already, -1 choose dot save. Okay, so that's the first thing. Now if the records are available then come inside and create a while loop and pass it $raw a variable equals to, and now mysqli underscore fetch underscore row and pass your result here, so row wise we get the result, and then we have to pass this result into echo, and let's first create, okay, let's directly write here option value equals to $raw of 0, that means the ID of the size, and then $raw of 1, and then option close save semicolon. So this is the thing. Now after this if and else, what should happen? Nothing should happen, that's it. Now how can I call this page this get sizes page? Let's go to the purchase invoice and write an Ajax call at the bottom. So let's open the script because we need jQuery for that, and keep in mind you have to add your jQuery inside your page. Now let's add here $document.ready function. So this is the default thing. This ready function prevents the jQuery from executing before the page load. Okay, so when the page loads completely, then this will happen. Now one thing that I have to do here is let's give the name to the category drop down. So the name of the category drop down that I have passed is cat drop down. So here I'll write $ double quotes hash and category drop down dot change, that's the function. When the category drop down gets changed, then come inside and pass a function and do your rest of the code. So when this change, when the selection change on my category drop down, then this event should fire, and the functionality that is going to be executed is, let's create a variable with the name ID is equals to, and let's fetch the ID from that category drop down. So $, and here you can write this dot find, and then find, and here I'm going to use selected. So whichever element is selected from this current drop down, get the value of that. Simple. So what will be the value of this whole? Let me show you here. Get categories. Okay, cat drop down. So that's my load list, and you see here the value is the ID basically. Okay, so this is how I am getting the ID and passing this ID to my variable ID. I hope it is clear up till now. What I have done, this is the code of loading the categories, okay, and that's load list. Let's go to the load list, and you see here inside the get list function, what I have done, I have simply specified the row with ID and the value. So when I get the categories of the table, so the category ID will be inside the value and the category name will be displayed in the front. So I want to get the value because it contains the ID. So category drop down, when somebody tries to click on category drop down, then whatever the value behind that category, let's say shirt or t-shirt or trouser, then the ID or the value of that category will be picked up with the help of this code that I have written. That this means the current control and find what that is selected right now and get the value and then put it inside ID. Simple. And then the next step is we have to pass this ID to another variable, let's say data str, and that's a string, because I have to pass this ID as ID equals to ID. So not like this, let's concatenate and pass ID because that's my variable, that's my hard-coded query string key, and that's the value of that key. Simple. I'll let you know in a while. After that, the next thing is we have to specify the Ajax call. For that purpose, let's write here $.ajax and then bracket close and then curly brackets and then come inside. So this is the way we can write Ajax, guys. And here what I can do, I can simply first pass the URL colon, and the page name is that I wanted to go to get sizes, that was this page. Okay, now comma, and then we have the type. So in type we can see you can use the get and post, but right now I'm not going to use this. Let's write here data. You see there is a data, and what data I'm going to receive, that is data str, that is the variable that I have created. Then do I want to preserve the cache? No, I don't want to preserve the cache. And then the next thing is the success function. If the results got success, just close the bracket and curly brackets and come inside. So when you got the success result, what should happen? You see, that's my get sizes, and this get sizes is giving me the options. One thing that I should create here, that is the same, just copy it and paste it, okay, and save. So by default this choose will also be displayed in the sizes. So what will happen when this page will execute, we'll get the ecos, we'll get the options. So all the ecos will come inside there, inside this success, and pass it to obj automatically. So the result we got inside obj, and now our sizes drop down, that is this one, should have some ID. So let's pass here ID equals to size drop down, and here I'll write $ hash size drop down .html. This is the function that you can use to pass any sort of HTML to it. So whatever HTML I am receiving from that page in this obj, I'll pass that HTML inside this select. So I don't want to write HTML here, I have dynamically loaded the HTML, the options code here with the help of this get sizes and Ajax. Okay, so let's check it out whether it is working or not. So let's go and see. So right now we don't have anything, okay, the sizes are blank, categories are there. When I select on shirt, you see nothing happened, that means we have done some mistake. So let's try to inspect. So go to the network, press Ctrl R to refresh. Okay, now when I click on the shirt, you see what happened here. ID equals to 4, but there is a space in between. Okay, that's the mistake that I have done. You see here I have given the space, so I don't want to pass the space. Okay, save this. Let's check now, and what's the result? Refresh, category shirt. Now you see ID equals to 4. ID equals to 4. When I select t-shirt, ID equals to 5. Okay, so that's why this is happening, because I have done this something like this. ID equals to, so whatever ID that I am getting from my selected value that is coming here and appending and concatenating with this ID equals to and passed here with the request. Okay, and then what will happening, this ID is received by this get sizes and passed here inside this request ID. So your request has this ID equals to 5. That means that when this page gets started, or when this page executes, it gets the ID from the request. Okay, and then the ID is passed to the ID variable, and then we'll get the sizes with respect to the category. I hope it is clear to everyone. Now let's check whether we have sizes or not. So right now we don't have any sizes, so let's try to add the sizes with respect to the categories, also with respect to the sizes. Okay, so let's close this out, and now we have sizes, but in the size window you see we don't have any category. So when we are trying to add the category, sizes, we have to also mention what is the category of this size. Okay, so let's go back to the size crude file, open size crude. Here I have to add one drop down list, that is after this div. So let's copy and paste. Instead of name, I have to specify category, and then this should be my select list. But guys, you notice here I wanted to load the categories from the database. So how I have loaded the categories from the database inside my purchase invoice, let me show you. This is how I got my categories. So let's copy this line and come here inside the size crude and paste the same code. I'll explain what this code is doing. We have used this code in order to get the sizes, or in order to get the colors, or in order to get the categories. Okay, so connection is included, get list is the method, and the procedure that we have to use is get sizes. So this one, so let's copy this, and we have to pass one parameter here. But the problem is when we go to the which function, get list, and we have to include that as well. Let's go to the purchase invoice and select the get list here. Okay, so without going anywhere, let's pick up the categories. So that's not the thing, not get sizes. Let's pick up get categories, because I only want to load the categories. Get categories, where is that? Okay, here we have the get categories. So let's copy this, come here and paste and round brackets. That's it. And the column, the drop down list name should be the category drop down. And let's check the output of this sizes crude. Preview in Chrome. Okay, it's saying that uncaught error. Okay, yes, one problem. This get list should be called from another include, that is include semicolon, and here we have to pass load list.php, save. So you see now we have the load list function. Now this function has the get list. That's why that was not recognized. Now let's check it out. So you see we have the categories coming here. Okay, so let's try to refresh this. Now I have categories. So when I pass this and when I pass this, so it should add. Okay. So let's go to the insert stored procedure of the size. So we have the insert size. Here we have edit. Now you see I have only one column here, the size name. I have to add SI underscore category ID, the second column name. You can verify from here as well. SI underscore category ID, and let's add a parameter also, that is the category ID, integer, length is not required, and pass it cat ID. So insert should also change and then execute. Two parameters now I have to pass. Okay. After insert, let's go to the update sizes. Where is that update size? So we have to change everything. Update sizes, and here I have to update the SI underscore category ID as well. So here I am going to pass another parameter, that is category ID, and here I am writing category ID. That's my new parameter. Okay, and then click go. Update parameter. Now get sizes. We have already updated that get sizes, if I am not wrong. Yes. So get sizes, execute, edit. So you see we have already done this. Now let's try to insert the records with this category ID as well. So inside the insert, where is that? Here's the save button. So inside the array I have to get one thing more, that is the category ID is equals to, copy and paste, and here I am going to pass category drop down. Okay, because I have created with the name category drop down this drop down list. Category drop down is passed. Now here I'll pass the $category ID. That's it. So these are the two things. Let's copy this line and go to the update code. Here inside the update I have to pass the, not here, and here I have to apply the validation and $empty, just like the same, and paste, sorry, Control Z, empty, and $_post and category drop down. If this is empty, this is not empty, and this is also not empty, then come inside and paste. Okay, get the category ID and pass it. Okay, let's verify the order of the update categories. So you see we first have the name, not update category, update sizes. Where is that update sizes? Update sizes, here it is. So let's check it out. So you see we have name, then ID, then category ID. So the category ID is in the last. So I don't want to change this, and I write simple my category ID here, simple. So that's what the thing that we need to change. And of course when we are doing this, so we have to change our selection also. That means that when we click on the view button, okay, so we have to add something here. Okay, so let's complete the code of the get sizes. Let's try to add some sizes first. And one error is also coming because of the connection on line number 120. Okay, let's go to the line number 120. We have this retrieve. So the connection is not getting that. Okay, we'll check that out, but let's first add a size. Let's say large, and choose the category shirt. Save. So large added successfully, but the data is not coming. Let's check it out inside the database. Sizes, you see 1 and the category ID is there. So data is inserting, but it is not retrieving. Alright guys, so unfortunately there is a connection problem, I think. So I'll sort it out later on, but let's go to the purchase invoice and check whether we have sizes coming now or not. Let's go and see the database. You see I have selected the size table and the data is inserted. Let me add another size so that you can get more confirmed Okay, so confirmation with respect to the small and save. So you see small edit successfully, but there is some issue in the retrieval code with respect to the connection from the database. Otherwise everything is fine, because let me show you, when I click the sizes table again, you see now I have a small with the same category. Okay, so that means my record is inserting with respect to the category also. Now let's go to the purchase invoice and select shirt. So let's see, now you see large, medium, small, but when I select t-shirt I don't have anything and my page is also not loading. I hope you got my point. So that's what I tried to do in today's class. Now we have then colors, and then we have to add the other things like the quantity of the product and the article number of the product, or the size, the other things. Okay, so let's try to add that. Copy and paste here and give here quantity, and it should be text, and here you can write const text and save. Let's check the quantity. Okay, no, it's not coming. Why? Where I have done that? Oh, sorry, I have done that inside the size table. Let's remove this. Only size crude. I have to paste it inside the purchase invoice. Okay, here after specifying the colors we have to paste it here. So save and check. So you see now I have the quantity. So when I'm going to purchase any particular product, so one more thing that I have to add here is the name of the product too. Okay, name of the product. So let's copy and from this column 3, and we have to pass here the name, product name, and here the name of the product should be in the pro text. Okay, let's save and check. So now we have the product name, and then we have the quantity. What else we need to add? One more thing that we have to add after quantity, that is the price of the product. So let's copy and paste it here and give here the name per piece price. Okay, and here we can write PPP text, that means per piece price text. Okay, and then save, and then come here and then refresh. So you see the per piece price. So when somebody tries to enter the quantity and then the per piece price, the total should display. Okay, the total should display. So what, for that purpose, let's try to copy again this and paste it, and instead of this, product total, and here we can write TOT text, and it is disabled, not from here, by default. Okay, so nobody can be able to modify this. So let's refresh. Now I have the total. Okay, when somebody enters the per piece, or when somebody enters the quantity and then the per piece, and then we see the total also directly on leave. Okay, so we'll see that later on. Now after the total, we have to add a button. One more thing that we can do, we can put all these controls vertically, and then display the records horizontally on side by side. Okay, now let's add a button. Why we need a button? Because in one purchase invoice we can buy multiple things. Let's say we are buying 100 shirts, 200 t-shirts, 500 trousers, so different. Okay, so for that purpose I have to add a button here to add inside a table. So let's copy this and paste it below, and the label should remove. Input type equals to submit, name equals to add btn, class equal to this, and btn dash info. Okay, that's the thing, and the value should be add btn, sorry, not add btn, only add item. Okay, save. So let's check it out. So you see it is going upwards. For that purpose I have to pass a label and paste here, but make it blank. Save and refresh. Now we'll make it more better. Okay, so when I click on the add item, okay, the item should add inside a table. Okay, so let's try to do that. We need jQuery for that purpose, and here after this line let's go down and try to write $, and the button name is, do we have the name of the button? No, we don't have. So let's try to give here id equals to add btn. Come here and write $add btn dot click. So when somebody clicks on that button, what should happen? This function should run and come inside, and here I have to add a table after this form. So but before this form we can also do that. This is the div for the form group, this is the div for the call size 3. So here I am going to add a table. Class equals to table and table borderless, table hoover. That's it. These are some table dash sm or stripped, whatever you can say. Okay, so all these are the classes. Let's close this table. Here I am going to add a table head close. Come inside and specify the table head, and here we can specify the product. Then we copy this and paste. After product we have the quantity quantity, and then we have to add per piece price, and then we have to paste here the total. Okay, and let's add a t body. And t body close and table data. So this is what I'm going to use inside my jQuery. So I have to pass via jQuery. So when somebody tries to click here, what I wanted to do, I wanted to get the details from the protext. Let's give it a name, id equals to same name, protext. The quantity id equals to quantxt, and the per price is id equals to ppptxt, and the total is id equals to tottxt. Save. Now the same names I'm going to utilize here. So when somebody tries to click on the add button, let's create a variable with the name product equals to $, and then we have the id, that is the protext dot value. So whatever the value we get will be stored inside the product. From the product text, copy, paste and paste. The next thing that we have to pass here is the quantity quantity text, and then the third thing is ppp text, and here we can write per price. Okay, and the fourth thing that I wanted to paste here is the total, so tot txt, that is this one, and here we can write total and save. Now what I can do, I can simply write here dollar, table name is, what's the table name? Do I have given the table? No, I haven't. So let's give here the name, that is my table, and then come inside and give here my table dot append. So inside the table we are going to append what? The content that I'm going to pass here, that is the the table raw first. Okay, append a raw. Inside that raw, append a table data, and then pass here the product. So that's what I'm trying to do. That is my product. Okay, this is the variable. Now that's one TD. Copy. Then we have to pass after product quantity, quantity, quantity. Then we have to pass the per price, and then we have to pass the total. Save. So it should append inside my table. Okay, and my table is this. So let's check it out. What's the result? I think there is an error. Okay, semicolon. Okay, what else? Where else I have the error? Where I have missed? Okay, that's the problem. I have done the wrong reverse thing. Let's do this and try to write this. Now that's fine. Okay, let's save and check the output of the purchase invoice. Okay, so refresh. Now you see I have this table coming. Now let's pick up some proper data. Okay, we have to add these things also, the sizes and the category of the product inside this. So we'll add it. Let's first check the color. We have to add the color also, the product name, let's say denim, and then quantity is 100. Okay, 1000 is good, 200 is the price. And then when I move out, the focus should leave, the total should display here, one thing, and we'll do that, add item. So nothing happened. Alright, so there are certain problems, guys. First problem is we have to make it a button, not a submit button. Just save this out. And there is another problem, that is the hash missing here, and one more thing, that is this. Now let's check it out. There is still one problem, but let's first check. You see the data is there. Okay, so all things are coming perfectly. When I click on the add item again, you see the data is generating. Now you can add an index, that the number of items that you are adding, and then the total. So I haven't utilized the total here, that's why the total is not coming. So let's try to add the product total. For that purpose, when I focus leave from the quantity or from the per price, then that function should execute. So function. Okay, we don't need to create a function. Instead, what we do, we just call that focus leave event. For that purpose, we have to go to the ppp.txt. So let's try to do that. After this, dollar hash ppp.txt dot blur. So guys, this is a function. When we come out from the text box, okay, then then this event will occur. So function, round brackets, curly brackets, come inside. So what should happen when somebody comes out from that per price text box? So just create a variable with the name quantity equals to dollar, and then hash quantxt dot val. Okay, So the value is picked up if con is not equals to blank, then come inside and then calculate the result. One more thing that I have to do here is variable PPP, that is per product price, and the same code is pasted here, and then instead of cont we have to write PPP txt. Okay, so PPP txt, that's it. Now what we have to do, if the cont is not empty and PPP is not equals to blank, then come inside, and then what we have to do, we have to specify the multiplication. So variable res is equals to QUAN multiply by PPP, and then we have to display this inside the text box, that was the total txt hash total txt, and then we have to write here dot val, and then the value should be res. That's it. Okay, so when I comes out from the PPP text, let's check it out. Alright, so let's add here denim. Quantity is 10 or 100, let's say, and per price is 100. So you see automatically when I comes out, it gives me the value. But when I remove this quantity and comes out, so you see I haven't specified the else condition, that's why nothing is happening. Okay, so you have to do that. So let's copy this all code and paste it and give here the QUAN txt. If somebody comes out the from this quantity text, and if this quantity text is blank, copy this line and paste it here, close the brackets, come inside this if this quantity is blank, then what we can do, we can simply copy and dot focus. Okay, so if somebody tries to make this or leave this text box empty, then what should happen? It should focus. Okay, the focus should get back to the quantity. So let's try to check it out. Okay, so product name QQQ quantity, so nothing happened. Okay, focus is not working, I think. Okay, let me write here 23, but if I make it, okay, so it's not working on blur. Let's remove this. Guys, these are all experiments, you can try it by yourself as well. So I think now when I click here in by giving the quantity, so you see the total is also coming. Okay guys, but one last thing that I wanted to tell you, that this is the only blur event. Okay, but not every time we use the same. Let me show you this. I added quantity as 1 and the price is 50, and then directly clicked on the add item. You see 1 into 50 gives me 50, that's fine. But when I give the quantity 2 and when I click on the add item, so you see the blur event haven't run. That's the problem. So we have to make sure that every time when the price is entered, when I press the tab, now you see it's updated. Okay, but that's a human mistake. So in order to make our software more efficient, what we can do, when we click on the add item, that code should run again. Simple as that. So let us copy this line. Okay, and when somebody tries to click, what we can do, we can simply, okay, instead of blur, we can simply directly pick up from here as well. Let me show you that. So if we have the quantity here and we have the per price here, what we can do, we can simply write here QUANTI quantity into what we have, per price. Okay, now save it and let's check it out. Refresh. Product name QQQ, quantity is 1 and per price is 100. So on blur it is working, on add item it is also working. Now when I simply change the quantity, you see 2 into 100 is 200. So on both the ends it should calculate the perfect results. Okay, now guys, we are in a formation. Similarly, I have to add the columns like the category of the product, the size of the product, and the color of the product, all these things here also. Okay, so let's try to add these things as well. So the size, after the product name, what we have to do, we have to pick up the category. So let's try to add th close, sorry, and here we have to write the category, and then copy the color and the size. So color and the size, and what else we need here, per price is there, size is there, supplier we don't need to change every time because from one supplier we are purchasing so many products. That's what the thinking that I am using here. So size, now category, color and size, three things I have added. So I have to add these things here. After product name, let's add td close and copy, paste and paste. So inside this td, what I have to do, first of all, get the results from the controls. So category is equals to copy, paste, and here I am going to add the drop down name, that is category drop down. So category drop down. So right now you see we have the category drop down dynamically creating, and the ID of this is category drop down. So I have taken the category, where is that, here we have category, and then the color. So color is equals to color drop down, and then we have the size. So variable siz is equals to size drop down. Now let's verify the names, cat, call and size drop down. So you see we have the call, cat and size drop down. Okay, the ID is there, size drop down, and let's go to the get load list, and here we have the ID also. That's fine. So let's try to put these things, the cat, call and size, inside these TDs. So double quotes plus plus, and here first of all I wanted to pass the category, then double quotes plus plus the color, and then double quotes plus plus, and then the size. Okay, now save, and let's try to check what's the output. So you see now I have all these things. So first of all, let's choose the date, properly data insertion, supplier selected, category is this, and then color is green, product name is denim, quantity is 100, price is 250 rupees, and then tab, and then add. So you see that the things are coming, but what are the things that are coming? These are the IDs. These are the IDs. I don't want the IDs, I want the display names. Okay, alright. So in order to display the text that we have, what we can do, we can simply write here dot find, and then we have to specify double quotes, and then we write the selected. So whatever the item that I have selected from that drop down, dot text is the function. So we have to do the same for all the drop downs that we have. The color drop down, so the selected text should be displayed, and then save. This is the way. Now let's try to check it out. Okay, so supplier Danish, category shirt, size large, color green, denim, quantity is 1, per price is 200, not one quantity, it's 50. So add. So you see now the things are perfectly coming. Okay, though. So that's all for today. Now in the next class, what we will do, we will simply sum up the gross total, how many products we are purchasing, overall total with respect to the products, and then we'll try to save this all these details into different tables inside the database. Okay, so do practice these things, guys, again and again, and see, rewind the video again and again, so that you can be able to understand the concept that I have used in this lecture. So that's all for today. If you do not understand anything, please do write me. Till then, thank you so much. Take care. Allah Hafiz.